Hello everyone. Today is the second turn of the Hwadu. Before we begin, I would like to first share a brief point of general knowledge. This is a story about the philosopher Nietzsche. Nietzsche famously declared, "God is dead." 1882. If so, when was God born? And how long did God live? The story of God begins in ancient Greece, in the region of Ionia, the western coast of Asia Minor, centered on Miletus. In the 6th century BCE, the natural philosophers of this region sought rational explanations in place of myth. At this stage, there was not yet a transcendent God. Rather, thought was centered on inquiring into the principles of the cosmos itself. In the 4th century BCE, Plato established an absolute reality philosophically by positing the ideas eternal and unchanging entities beyond the world of the senses. These ideas already contained all the attributes that later concepts of God would possess: transcendence, eternity, and perfection. Aristotle completed the logic of the highest being through his concept of the unmoved mover. Greek metaphysics was later combined with Christianity and transformed into the notion of a transcendent personal God. As a result, the ideas became the essence of God, and truth was believed to exist beyond the sensory world. In medieval scholastic philosophy, God reigned as the absolute ground of being, truth, and morality. Philosophy became the handmaiden of theology, and God stood at the center of all meaning. In the modern era, thinkers such as Descartes and Kant emphasized the autonomy of reason and gradually pushed God to the margins. Even so, God remained as the guarantor of morality and purpose. In the 19th century, Nietzsche concluded that this metaphysical God had lost all possessive power. By proclaiming God is dead, he announced the clasp of absolute truth and universal morality. The God Nietzsche declared that was not the biblical God, but the transcendent absolute that originated in Platonic ideas. This God was born around 380 BCE, pronounced dead in 1882. and lived for approximately 20 to 60 years. God is now dead, yet the funeral is not over. That is to say, it is conceptually finished, yet its cultural after effects still linger. Now, let's turn to the Hwadu. Number 2, the ultimate path is without difficulty. First, pointer. Heaven and earth are narrow. Sun, moon, and stars all at once go dark. Even if blows of the steppe pour like rain and shout loud like thunder, you still haven't lived up to the task of the fundamental vehicle of transcendence. Even the Buddhas of the 3 times can only know it for themselves. The successive generations of patriarchs have not been able to bring it up in its entirety. The treasury of teachings of the whole age cannot explain it thoroughly. Clear-eyed Petrov monks cannot save themselves completely. When you get here, how will you ask for more instruction? To say the word Buddha is trailing mud and dripping water. To say the word Zen is a face full of shame. Superior people who have studied for a long time do not wait for it to be said. Late coming beginners simply must investigate and apprehend it. Next, Hwadu. Master Joju, teaching the assembly, said, the ultimate path is without difficulty. Just avoid picking and choosing. As soon as there are words spoken, is this picking and choosing, or is this clarity? This old monk does not abide within clarity. Do you still preserve anything or not? At the time, a certain monk asked, since you do not abide within clarity, what do you preserve? Joju replied, I don't know either. The monk said, since you don't know, teacher, why do you nevertheless say that you do not abide within clarity? Joju said, it is enough to ask about the matter. Bow and withdraw. Next, commentary. Joju always used to bring up this saying, that is, just avoid picking and choosing. This is from the third patriarch's seal of faith in the heart, which says, the ultimate path is without difficulty. Just avoid picking and choosing. Just don't love or hate, and you will be lucid and clear. As soon as you have affirmation and negation, this is picking and choosing. This is clarity. As soon as you understand this way, you have already stumbled past. When you're riveted down or stuck in glue, what can you do? Jojo said, this is picking and choosing. This is heredity. People these days who practice meditation and ask about the past, if they do not remain within picking and choosing, then they settle down within clarity. This old monk does not abide within clarity. Do you still preserve anything or not? All of you people tell me, since he is not within clarity, where is George? And why does he still teach people to preserve? My late master Ojo often would say, I reach my hand down to show you. But how do you understand? But tell me, where does he reach down his hand? Perceive the meaning on the hook. Don't stick by the 0 point of the scale. This monk coming forth was undeniably extraordinary. He got a hold of a Joju gap and proceeded to press him. Since you do not abide within clarity, what do you preserve? Joju never used the step or the shout. He just said, I don't know either. When being pressed by that monk, anyone but this old fellow would time and again be at loss. Fortunately, this old fellow George had freedom to turn himself around in. So he answered him like this. Many followers of Zen these days will also say, when asked, I don't know either. I don't understand. Nevertheless, though they are on the same road, they are not in the same group. There was something special about this monk. Only thus could he ask, since you don't know, teacher, why do you nevertheless say that you do not abide within clarity? Another good rejoinder. If it had been someone other than Joju, he never would have been able to explain. But Joju is unadept. He just said to him, it's enough to ask about the matter. Bow and withdraw. As before, the monk had no way to cope with this old fellow. All he could do was suck in his breath and swallow his voice. Now, how about, is it Hwadu or unnecessary talk? Did you find out some strange part or not? If you understand Zen Master Joju, you don't need go to temple, meditate, practice. Otherwise, think over that there is some message or not in this very usual conversation. Finally, to conclude today's topic, I read a short verse to this Hwadu. There is an answer in the question, and there is a question in the answer. There is no bidding or shouting, but rather, if there is a piece of wisdom left, he will find out. Today, let's call it a day.